Hey everyone, so I think we're on to episode 5 here of the shower series. So last episode we did some waterproofing, and today we're going to get onto tiling. So first things first, when you're tiling, you want to start off with a very level line as the bottom of your first row of tiles. So you can see here I attached some ledger boards to the very bottom of my row of tiles, and the reason for that is you never start at the bottom of a shower just because the bottom edge may not be 100% straight. So you really want to make sure you're using a level here and putting the bottom row of where you start at the appropriate height where you're not going to have a sliver at the very bottom of the shower, which is not going to look great. So what I'm doing here is I'm using 4x12 porcelain subway tiles, and I'm using pretty standard 1/8 inch spacers. I'm probably not doing this in the most efficient fashion in the sense that I should probably lay out a full row of tiles and then put the spacers in afterwards. That way it's a little bit easier to wipe off. But this is the way I did it, and I was being very, very neurotic and checking very regularly with my level that, I'm being 100% level as I head up. Over time, you kind of end up gaining some speed when you're tiling like this. And it's just important to make sure that you're mixing the appropriate amount of mortar and not mixing too much where it's going to start drying out on you and makes it tougher to apply. So here you can tell I ran out of the first bag of mortar and switched to a slightly different one. But I was using MyPay Ultra Flex 2 here. And you can see my laser line that I'm making sure that I'm rechecking every 3 to 4 rows to make sure that we're staying perfectly level all the way up. I like this subway tile. It's very, very time consuming, I would say, just because you have to use quite a few more spacers. Whereas if I was using, a 12x24 tile, I could get this done quite a bit faster. The other thing that's really important when you're tiling is you should be using the appropriate size trowel. So for this, I was using a 1/4 inch trowel to make sure that when you apply the tile or push it down, those ridges collapse and you have really good adhesion between the back of the tile. And also obviously back buttering every single tile, which means just applying a layer of thinset on the back of the tile. I was looking to finish tiling in one day here, but I just kind of ran out of steam. So I ended up finishing the walls outside of the bottom 2 rows. So the next video will look at finishing up the last of the wall tiles and also doing the floor tiles and some of the annoying stuff I kind of ran into with that. So this is where I ended up with day 1 of tiles, and follow me for the next one to see how we finish up.